Hi everyone, this is Jamie from the NOIC Godcast, where we offer wacky wisdom weekly from God's Word. And on today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at getting our mindset ready for rest. So I'm sure that we will go over the things that we can do to obtain rest. However, I want to start even before that with the correct mindset. Because honestly, we can try all we want, but if we're not really prepared for rest, it's really not going to do us any good. The first thing I want to, recognize is that it's not self-love /care.
You just lost half your audience.
I know, they're like, oh man, turn it off. Like in our culture today, we hear this phrase so much. Like it's around everything. And honestly, we have an entire industry for self-care. You go to any store, there's lotions and sprays and different things that are promising that you'll have calmness and soothingness and all these different things.
I would say almost every industry is self-care.
Yeah.
Why do you go to McDonald's? Because I need some nuggets.
Because I don't know how to get anywhere before I go there.
That's your reason, yes.
But that's the thing is everything.
This is important.
Yes.
I hate to interrupt this even more important thing, but did you see this week? You missed your opportunity.
What?
You can now get married at McDonald's for $200.
What?
Wow.
You're welcome. You heard it here on the NOIC Godcast.
You can do that at Taco Bell too.
For free. Just don't tell them.
Just show up.
Do they provide the priest for you?
I didn't read. I just saw the headline.
It's just the manager. It's Ronald McDonald.
Bouquet of nuggets.
It's Grimace.
It's what's his name? Mayor McCheese.
What did you just say to me?
So offended. Honestly, you should love that nickname. That's the most Heinz nickname ever.
All I heard was McCheese, and I didn't know what you said.
No,
Country's
Mayor
a mayor.
McCheese.
Mayor Cheese?
Mayor McCheese. I think that's his name.
And who is
Who?
he?
The mayor of McDonald Land.
There's a mayor?
There's a McDonald land?
Well, I mean, there's a Hamburglar, so they have to have
the
a mayor.
Hamburglar.
I mean, I guess
That's where
lives
they all
somewhere.
came from.
They have a clown.
I see.
Hamburglar, Grimace,
Right.
Early Bird was the breakfast thing.
I don't remember that.
No, I didn't know that at all.
We're very young.
Here, I thought I was bringing the facts to the table with the marriage, and there's a whole world of McDonald's I knew nothing about.
You can order birthday cakes.
Yes,
I
you
know that
can.
either.
Yeah, I knew that. You can have a birthday party.
Is
at
it like their
McDonald's.
pies?
Kind of it's like a frozen, really old looking
Oh, that sounds just like McDonald's.
like a very thin vanilla cake with regular icing on it. And it has
Yeah.
an imprint of Ronald McDonald.
You're
on
really
it.
selling it to me. I want one now. Really thin,
We've tried to
small.
order them.
Do you remember
and
the
we couldn't get it.
Grimace cookies?
Yes.
They were the
Yes.
apple cookies. Those hit the spot.
Do you remember? You guys remember when McDonald's used to deep fry their apple pies?
Yeah.
What do they do now?
They're
Bake
doing
'em.
cookies and cream pie.
I guess that's why the box says baked apple pie.
I guess
I
we
saw
probably
that.
should go back to
Right.
this.
We should probably. This goes to show that you need to get your mind ready for rest because our
exactly.
minds were not ready.
Obviously, it is not.
One McDonald's comment. We're gone.
Honestly, that's pretty much on brand.
Onward. That's what you're
Onward, yeah.
But anyway, there's a whole industry for products that are supposed to calm, soothe, provide stress relief, and revitalize you, And I remember when I was working as an STNA, my supervisor, one of the supervisors, had a bottle of stress relief from...
Pepto.
No, that's stomach relief. I don't think I've ever went...
Obviously, rest is not my strong suit. I've been doing this wrong completely.
I've never...
But
been
they're using Pepto and it's just not working. My stomach still hurts.
I've never woke up man, I'm really stressed. I'm going to take some Pepto.
I have.
That's called stomach ulcers.
I probably should not be here for this episode. I am a train wreck. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
You're making up for last week's smooth episode.
It's lotion from Bath and Body
Makes
Works.
so much more sense.
Okay.
And
We
so,
have some of that at home.
but the funny thing is that almost every single time someone would use it, they would either make the comment, "This better work," or "There's not enough lotion in here to handle my stress." And so, all these things, it's just how we as people want to. We think that relaxing in baths and like different things like that is going to make us feel great afterwards. When you're just soggy sad. It's not helping
worse.
anything.
Loosened up and lousy. That's what.
However, if we go into rest thinking that it's going to be like a spa day where we just feel good and focus on our wants and our desires, we're never going to be able to obtain true rest. And I think that's honestly where we all lack, because we think that rest is going to be the thing that makes us feel good. And that doesn't necessarily mean that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you're going to have, you're going to walk in the house and there's going to be candles lit and your kids are going to be good and no one's going to bother you.
The problem with that mentality, so like take a spa day or massage or whatever, like the problem with that mentality is that has to end at some point.
Yeah.
So does that mean your rest continues on without that, or that rest ends then?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When there's something that holds your rest, like what happens when that lotion dries out?
Yeah.
Like,
When
So
your
if
valve's
you,
empty.
Yep.
Yeah, what he did.
Yeah. And honestly, that's what I was. You good?
not at all.
You looked weird, and then she was laughing, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" That was good. I recapped the last 30 seconds. But I was actually listening to a podcast, actually Leslie Ludy's podcast on rest, and I think I've said this before. I've actually heard this before, but she was like, "We went on a vacation." And she's like, I thought that vacation was going to, we were away from ministry, we were away from the kids, we were away from everything. And she's like, I thought me, binge eating all I want and watching Netflix was going to be the thing. When I came back, I was going to feel good. I was going to feel, she's like, I came back and it hit me right back in the face and I didn't actually.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
I never got any rest from it. I just got you just paused, basically.
Yeah. And how many of us are wasting our lives chasing that reprieve or chasing that vacation? And we're worse off afterwards than beginning when we never actually experience rest because we think an item, a time, a period of extension will be it.
Well, and that's the thing. I think that it's really common in our day and age now is, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the memes of like romanticizing something. I don't know if you've ever seen that. Like they basically romanticize their day to make it feel like it's better than what it is.
Yeah.
And like I think that's the problem that we all face. Actually, I was just talking to Rachel about when we got married. Like everybody
We didn't
get married. But when me and Jacob got married.
He's about to call McCheese over here.
When me and Jacob got married, there wasn't like everybody acted like the wedding day was just like you're magical, you're walking around, you're floating on air, you're doing that and while I enjoyed my wedding day, it wasn't that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it wasn't the whole thing where everyone was like, "Oh yeah, no, you're just going to feel like you're floating on clouds." No. Like it was hot. Like I wanted food. You know what I mean?
But
like
you were closer to the sun because you're floating on the clouds.
well,
You should
that's
expect
true.
it to be
That's
high.
true. But that's the thing is like I think our problem is that we put too much stock in vacation. Yeah. We put too much stock in the one-time events that once we get there and we feel it, we're like, oh.
It's kind of like a caffeine high. Like eventually you come crashing down. Like that's when we use this as rest in a vacation, a special day. I mean, even in churches, right? So like we were just talking about this at lunch. Churches work so hard at a special event, like a revival, a camp meeting, or a big service, a big singing, and they bring in all these things. But then once it's over, it's just like, who wants to come back to church? You know what I mean? You come crashing down afterwards. That is not biblical. No. That is not rest. No. That's not a good thing.
So this morning, when Steve came in this morning, he kind of gave me a funny look. And I was like, what's wrong? And he goes, you're really like losing a lot of weight. And I was like, oh. And he goes, well, what's your target goal weight? And I said, I don't have a target goal weight. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and keep losing weight until I wither away, I guess. Okay. But to apply that to this is that when your lifestyle has God in it, you are at rest all the time. You know what I mean? Like you're not stressed, you don't have the anxiety and all these, things. So to me, just by surrendering my life to God, I feel more rested, more peaceful and everything. And then on top of all that, there's no end to it. You know what I mean? Like it's just the way my life is now.
Yep. No, and I totally agree. That's just if we actually got true rest, that's what it would be. It wouldn't be like, oh, we are in a good place right now, and then no, we're not. Yeah. It would be, we're good.
Right.
Over, like the whole thing. So secondly, true rest does not take you away from God. So from that definition, true rest doesn't mean sitting there and watching TV.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the things that we normally think that will give us rest, that's not what it is. In preparation, again, for this podcast, I was listening to a few different
good
podcasts.
of you to do research.
I know, right? By research, I mean, while my child is screaming in the back seat, I'm listening to things on full blast so I can hear them.
That's fine.
It's fine. It's good. but the one podcaster said, you cannot be spiritually charged if you are disconnected from God. And so this is so true that we cannot find rest in anything that God is not a part of. If you have the mindset that rest is only given by God, then you will not be tempted to look for rest in those ungodly things. Like, it's not bad to watch your TV show. It's not bad to do this.
Don't call it rest.
Don't call it rest. Somebody actually called it, what was it they called it? It was a unnecessary blessing.
Yeah.
Is that you're able to sit down and watch this thing. You have the ability to do this thing. It's an unnecessary blessing to have.
But I think most of us sit down to TV or phone or video games, whatever it is that you use. I think we all sit down to that with the mindset of, I just need this. Yeah. Like if I get through this, I'll be able to.
Yeah.
And again, we come crashing down. Like we are disappointed time after time.
Actually, like to tell on myself. So part of my thing is like right now I'm trying not to be on my phone like during the day, because I was finding that I was like upset when my child would get from nap because I'd have to go and do something. Like, you know what I mean? Like I would be like, ugh. When it shouldn't be that. That's my ministry. Yep. That's my main priority. So I shouldn't be like, ugh, I have to stop watching this thing to go take care of him. Like, and
no more cat videos, Tolkien.
Yeah. And like that's my thing is like since I've kind of like obviously there's been days where I'm like, no, I need this. But like on the days that I have chosen not to, I'm like, yay, he's up. Like, I'm going to go get him. We're going to go do this. And, like, it's a whole mindset thing. And so, like, you think you're going to get rest in this, but you're missing out on all these other
another
things.
thing is, I think that a lot of times when we have this mentality, like, a thing brings me rest, we just keep upping that thing.
Yes.
So, like, either I need more phone or how, like, we talked about this, I don't even remember when we talked about this, but, like, how many people sit down with the TV on and their phone in their hand and Alexa's playing music behind them and the tablet's going and they're playing a video game in the other hand.
Yep.
Like, we just keep adding more. I don't know.
Jacob does that.
I was asked you,
Really?
Jacob. But it's one of those, like, we just think if I add this, then I'll find rest. Yeah. Well, that's not quite. I just need to, I'll just add this. Or it's the same, it can be one device. Yeah. Like, you just, like, one more episode. I'll find rest.
Yeah.
We're lying to ourselves. Like, we're fooling ourselves.
Actually, me and Lucas were just sitting down, and I had a pile of laundry sitting next to me, and Lucas was sitting there. He's like, oh, man, I got to go work out. I'm like, yeah, I got the laundry to fold. He's like, one more episode? I'm like, yeah, one more episode. And that's how our minds think. We just think, like, I will be ready to do this after this one. That will be my cutoff. And then you're like, It's the whole thing when Netflix is like, are you still watching? Really? You should probably, or the Wii. Do you remember the Wii used to say, you should go outside? Yeah, you need to take a break.
When the video game's more godly than you are.
Like, you should probably go read a Bible or something.
That'd be a great thing for a video.
They should be able to customize what we tells you. Their sass back, just like.
I like it. And thirdly, we need to realize what true rest is actually for. So I think so many of us get this confused. Again, we fall into this trap that rest is just to make us feel good. We truly think that rest is for our selfish gain. God gives us rest so that we can persevere with our purpose so that we can give glory to God. Like our ministries. The reason why we get rest isn't because, oh, I want to feel good, I'm going to be happy-go-lucky. It's so that I can fulfill the ministry that he has called me into. And I think it's totally backwards. If you think the other way, then you're like, oh, well, I'll be happy and stuff, and I can do these other things. Yeah. Because I have enough energy in this time, I can do other things. No, it's supposed to be, you get energy, you do these things, and then you have time for other things if he wants you to have them.
I think it kind of goes back to what we talked about last week, that rest is an invitation to him.
Yeah.
And so that's ultimately what we need is him.
Yes.
And so an invitation to rest is an invitation to just get more of him.
Yeah.
And that enables us to do ministry and everything else we're called to in life.
Exactly. He wants to recharge us so that we can do what God has called us to do.
Right.
He doesn't recharge us so that you can go hang out with your friends.
Right. And so if you're finding, like, if you're in ministry, if you're finding burnout, it's because you're not doing it in him. Like, you're not finding rest in him.
And I think that every single one of us on the table can say that we're guilty of that several times a year, mostly around camp.
Specifically in the month of May and June.
Yeah, May and June is a little rough for all of us around here. But, like, I think if we can actually, I think where we need to get to the point is that we're, like, not, like, yelling at each other, but maybe yelling at each other, that we notice it.
Yeah.
Like, you are burnt out. Stop it. Get some help. But, like, that's the thing is, like, we just need to have this mindset that it's not for us to be able to have our own personal gain. It's to do whatever he needs us to do. And so, honestly, the root of all of this is the flesh. Our flesh wants our rest to be about us, what we deserve. And when true rest is given up, control and surrendering everything. When true rest is given.
And.
That still doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a period there. You need to finish your thoughts, James.
Oh, man. I just ended it. Anyway, but it should be not caring about what we desire, but what God is wanting to come in and take over.
Smooth.
Thank you. So today's considerable quote is a person.
An old dead person.
An old dead person.
Yes, she's
It's not an old dead guy.
It's
Though.
not a
No,
guy.
it's
That's
not,
what
but
got
it's
you.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
You're like, it's like 98%.
It's 98% correct. It's still an A.
Rest is a weapon given to us by God. The enemy hates it because he wants us to be stressed and occupied. And that is by Elizabeth Elliott.
Good one.
Today's featured content is Hope. Is it Darst? Is that how you say
I've
that?
never
Darst?
heard that name before.
Sure.
Hope Darst, Never Walk Alone. You've probably heard this song.
Kind of sounds like a Shakespeare line. Hope Darst never walk alone. That's all I heard. I don't know.
Oh, so last week's trivia,
I should have looked that up.
it's the Sabbath.
Means cease.
Cease.
I think it was cease. I believe is what I did there. And I believe all 5 people who commented got it wrong.
Oh, wow. I thought, for some reason, my head was like
Rest is what
seven.
everyone's. That was A. That was incorrect.
Yeah.
And then B was rest, was what everyone guessed. That was wrong. It's C.
But you at least know they didn't look it up.
That's true.
Yeah.
No cheaters in the bunch.
Yeah,
just
no cheaters.
wrong.
Yeah, they watch.
You're just
They're
dumb.
wrong, honest people. I didn't say dumb. You said that.
I know I did. It's okay. I am also one of the dumb people. But today I want to talk about dreams. Did you know that there are people out there that only dream in black and white? Well, today my trivia question is, what percentage of people only dream in black and white? Is it A, 10%, B, 12%, C, 8%, or D, 6%?
What about people who have black and white dreams and color dreams?
I think this is specifically
They only dream.
only dream black
Oh.
and white.
I don't know. What
I dream in color.
I don't know. That.
Mine
you-
fluctuates.
Do you dream?
Not really.
Have you slept?
I've never slept a day in my life. What is this dream thing you're talking about?
Listen, I have spent the night with all of you guys. I know he doesn't sleep. Like, man's up at 4. Like, what are you doing?
There's coffee to be drunk. What do you want?
Like, what are you doing in life? Like, pancakes are not until 9.
It's like Miguel that night. I'm really late at camp, and he's like, "Are you Batman?" I'm like,
I had to explain to Cal, and he's like, "Why did he call him Batman?" I'm like, let me tell you.
I didn't know why he called me Batman. We're just like,
Oh, he told us why he called you Batman.
I figured it out.
Yeah.
But
Oh, goodness. Oh, so this week, our birthday announcements. Super, super fun. Kristi Hampton, Jocelyn Todd, Mike Spencer, someone named Jacob Moore. He's a weirdo.
Ooh.
Dottie Kiser. Dodie. Why did I say, you know why
Sorry,
I said,
Dottie.
Do you know why I said Dottie? Because I was thinking your mom.
That's still not right. That's not how she spells it.
I know.
That's how you say it.
No, I was thinking of your mom.
Yes, I heard that the
That
first.
sounds, no, that sounds like an insult. I was thinking of your mom,
Why don't you read my mom's birthday?
Dodie Kiser, and Renee Sorrell.
Now all of camp knows my mom's real first name.
She's gonna
I think
love
they already
you.
knew that.
Now everyone at camp knows my mom's first name. I figured if you could repeat your sentence, I could repeat.
But is that
yeah.
everything?
So we are giving away a book this month.
Oh, yes,
this
yes,
is our
yes.
first book giveaway. Thanks so much in the last week, those of you who participated. But every single time you comment or share the podcast, you get your name entered. And so make sure to keep liking, keep
Yeah.
commenting, keep sharing.
Yep, yep, yep.
We're giving away Rest, which I did not bring with me. We're giving away the book called
didn't bring
Rest.
Just do this and CJ
it
will
looks like,
edit.
yeah. We're giving out the book Rest. Such a wonderful book, such a good resource. And so make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share.
Yeah, sounds good. Anything to add to anybody? No?
Everyone's looking at me.
I kind of want McDonald's cake now.
Yeah, we tried ordering it.
It's like a sheet cake.
They told us no.
Like, really? Does
The
McDonald's
mayor of
still?
McCheese said,
No. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Okay. Bye.
Bye, guys.
We should have like a camera right here that like,
There needs to be a camera on him.
It really does.
There needs to
CJ
be.
Cam.
yeah, what?
There needs to be a
Oh,
You like agreed and said what? 3 times.
It's the most Jamie thing ever.
What? Oh yeah. What? But what?
Listen, I was up at 4
That's
o'clock
true
this
friendship
morning.
right there.
It's not that early.
It is. 4 o'clock is early.
CJ gets up at 4:30, 4:50.
The
Depends on how
roosters don't
quickly he
even
gets up.
crow at that time.
Roosters don't crow.
Yes, they do.
And I'm sticking to my comment.